say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated and join me in thanking the talented Casey Smith for singing the national anthem for us. Casey is yes, let's give her another round of applause. Casey is graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Interdisciplinary Studies. Good morning, everyone. I'm Spencer Stewart, Chancellor of WGU Nevada, and it is my honor to convene our second commencement ceremony. On behalf of the entire university, we welcome our honored graduates and congratulate you on completing one of life's great achievements. We also extend our warmest welcome to the many family members and friends who are here to support their graduates. There are many others here celebrating your success, including those joining me on stage. Allow me to recognize Congressman Reuben Kuhn, who will address us shortly, as well as WGU leaders and members of the WGU Nevada Advisory Board, including Sandy Cologne Pelton, member of the Nevada State Board of Medical Examiners and chair of St. Rose Dignity Health Board of Trustees, Todd Sklomberg, CEO of Sunrise Hospital, Dr. Georgianne Rice, member of the Teachers College Advisory Board, Melissa Flores, Vice President of States and Strategic Partnerships, Debbie Fowler, Associate Provost of Evaluation, Mitsu Phillips, Associate Provost of Mentoring, and Dr. Rashmi Prasad, Dean and National Director of the College of Business. Standing here, I see the many family and friends of our graduates. It is likely that today would not have been possible without them at your side. In fact, there are over 1,000 guests in attendance. You are a much-loved class of graduates. Graduates, let's put our hands together and show them how much we appreciate all that our friends and family have done to get us to this point. WGU Nevada is honored to be recognized year after year as a military-friendly university. We would like to recognize the military members who are graduating. With the graduates who are active duty, reservists, and veterans, and their family members, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for the service to our country. And last but not least, if you, our students and alumni, are the lifeblood of the institution, then the faculty and staff are its heart. With you today are many of our WGU faculty, mentors, and employees. Let's give these individuals the appreciation they so richly deserve. Today, we recognize the achievements of 395 graduates since our inaugural commencement last May. Among these graduates, more than 100 of you are attending the ceremony here in person, representing more than 15 different cities within Nevada. Thank you for being here, and it is our privilege to be among all of you. Let me share some additional facts about our graduating class. 37% of you are the first in your families to earn a college degree. We extend a special congratulations to you. Your average age is 39, the youngest is 21, and the oldest is 65. "94% of you are over the age of 27. And on average, you completed your bachelor's degree in 2 years and 1 month, and your master's degree in 1 year and 7 months. Rituals and ceremonies play an important role in our lives. They separate extraordinary moments from the daily flow, moments that have special meaning and should always be remembered. It is an inspiring and uplifting moment to look out upon you and consider your achievement despite the many priorities and challenges that you have had to juggle. You are the reason that we are gathered here today. Today's commencement ritual is an emphatic punctuation that you, our graduates, have set and accomplished a significant goal and are moving to a new stage in your life. Since you join only 34% of adults in the U.S. who hold a bachelor's degree and less than 8% who have earned a master's degree, much will be expected of you as you continue on life's journey, taking leadership roles in your businesses and communities. It has been said that the door of history swings on small hinges. You have made the choice and put forth the effort to attain a milestone that will change the course of your own personal history. You have set an expectation for yourself, your families, your loved ones. You have lifted your gaze and aspired to greater things. Never forget the privileges and responsibilities of your education. And thank you for letting all of us at WGU be a part of it. Now, I'm pleased to introduce our commencement speaker, Congressman Ruben Kihuen. Ruben Kihuen was born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. His father moved to the United States and worked as a field laborer in search of greater opportunity for his family. Nearly 2 years later, Ruben's mother moved the rest of the family from Mexico, reuniting them with their father and eventually settling in Las Vegas. Ruben's parents pushed their children to reach for the American dream, teaching them the value of hard work and the importance of a good education. Ruben worked his way through college, first attending the College of Southern Nevada and later the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. He was the first in his family to go to college and ultimately obtained a bachelor's degree in education. Representative Kihuen first became involved in government while attending Rancho High School. Go Rams. Years later, he was elected to the Nevada State Assembly in 2006. After 2 terms in the State Assembly, he ran for the Nevada State Senate and became one of the youngest senators in our state's history. Representative Kihuen is the first Latino to represent the state of Nevada in the United States House of Representatives. Please join me in welcoming to the podium my friend, Congressman Ruben Kihuen.
Hello, class of 2017. Well, first and foremost, let me say thank you to Chancellor Spencer Stuart for his leadership and for inviting me to share this day here with you. Let's give your Chancellor a big round of applause for his leadership Also, I want to say thank you to the faculty and staff, to all of your professors, the staff who got you to this point, and to the advisory board of WGU. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. And to all of your parents, spouses, significant others, your children who have stuck by you in the last couple of years, let's give them a big round of applause for sticking by you through the good and the bad. My name is Ruben Kiwen. I am your newest congressman here in the state of Nevada. But more importantly, I am the son of a housekeeper and a former farm worker. My family came to America when I was 8 years old. And we came here because we wanted to achieve the American dream. We came here because we knew that only in America, if you worked hard, sacrificed, played by the rules, stayed out of trouble, and got a good education, that you could become anything and anyone. Because America is the land of opportunity. When we first arrived in this country, my parents didn't have a lot of money. As a matter of fact, they had less than $100 to their name. I remember when I first arrived, I had a backpack with a change of clothes. And we had no place to live. We had no contacts, no friends, no job waiting for us. But my parents came here because they had a lot of hopes and a lot of dreams for their kids. They wanted a piece of that land of opportunity. They just wanted an opportunity in this great country. Well, less than 30 years later, their son is a member of the United States House of Representatives. That is the American dream. That is the American dream. But I also understand that that American dream wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't be possible without a college education. It wasn't long ago that I was in your shoes. It wasn't long ago where I looked around and said, how did I get here? It took me almost 7 years to get my bachelor's degree. And as your chancellor alluded to, I was working a full-time job. I worked from 9 a.m. to about 5:30 p.m. and took classes from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then by the time I got home, it was about 10:30 at night. So nobody ever handed anything to me. And I look around this hall, and I know that you all have gone through struggles in your life. You know, most of you here are over 25 years old. Most of you already have a job, but you don't have maybe the ideal job. Maybe you're looking for that promotion. Maybe you're looking for that next step up. Maybe you want to own your own company and stop working for someone. Well, I'll tell you this is the first step to get in there. And if you think about it, think about every struggle you went through in the last 2 years. Maybe some of you lost your home. Maybe some of you lost your job during the recession. Maybe some of you went through a divorce or had a family loss. Think about all of those struggles. Think about taking statistics. That was the hardest class I've ever taken in my life. And that's why when I say, when I look around, when I was graduating, I said, how did I get here? Because I don't know how I passed statistics, but I did. I think everybody did so bad that I think the teacher just said, you know what, let's just pass them all. But think about all those long nights and long days. When you were sitting there as a group, maybe working together, or you're sitting there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on the internet trying to, get your final assignment submitted. Think about all of those struggles. And if you come from a family like mine, I think about when my parents were picking strawberries in the fields of California. I think about when my dad would come home with blisters in his hand, about 10 shades darker, after being a teacher in Mexico. We didn't live in the slums in Mexico. But my father wanted to come because he knew that in this country his kids have a future. And he sacrificed it all. And then my mother cleaning hotel rooms for a living. They never had the opportunities that you and I had. We live in the most powerful country in the world where you could become anything and anyone. And so you're here today, maybe in the pinnacle of your educational career. Some of you are getting your bachelor's, and as the chancellor alluded to, some of you are the first in your family to graduate from college. The first in your family. You maybe have older brothers, older sisters, or you probably went through a struggle because you had to work full time to help your family. But what matters is that you got here. What matters is that you are ready to take that next step to accomplish your American dream. For me, out of all the titles I've ever had in my political career, and I'm just going to be honest with you, aside from being a former state assemblyman and a state senator, and now a United States congressman, the proudest moment for me and my family was the day that I was walking on stage at the Thomas and Mack getting my college degree. And I know that was my proudest day because, not because I was getting that piece of paper that nobody could take away from you. It was the proudest moment because when I got sworn in just a few months ago, and I was sitting on the floor of the House of Representatives getting sworn in, I looked at my parents and they were happy. You could see it in their eyes. They were in the gallery. They were very happy. But the day that I graduated from college, my mom was crying. I looked up at the gallery, at the stands, at the Thomas and Mack, and my mom was crying because her son had just become a graduate of an American university. That is the reason why they came to America. So everything else has just been icing on the cake. Now serving in Congress, I have an opportunity to give back to the country that gave me so much. For me, this is public service. For me, this is not about having nice homes or a nice car. Sometimes we think about success. We think about the word success and people envision a mansion, a nice car, being the owner of your own company. To me, success has always been about happiness. Knowing that you have achieved something in your life, but knowing that you can make a lot more money. Knowing that you can have maybe a bigger house. Knowing that maybe, you drive a nice car, but maybe you wanted that Lamborghini. That is the vision that we've given upon us by society. But I'll tell you this, I know a lot of friends who are pretty wealthy that are miserable. And I know a lot of friends who don't have a lot, and they're the happiest people that I know. And I'll tell you, I found what I love to do, which is giving back. Y'all are watching what's going on in Washington, D.C. I'm just happy to be home, to be honest with you. I got home at 1 o'clock in the morning. I got home at 1 o'clock in the morning this morning, and I almost wanted to kiss the ground. But in all sincerity, this is truly an opportunity for me. But I know that it wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the fact that I was in your shoes at one point. I saw all these 21, 22-year-olds graduate when I was graduating. I was 25, I think turning 26. But I didn't care. I said, you know what? It took me 7 years, but I got it done. And now I can move on and take it to the next level. And I know that they mentioned that the oldest graduate today is 65 years old. 65 years old. Think about all of their struggles that they've gone through in their life. Think about every single obstacle that they've had to overcome to get to this point. So my advice is this: you've made it this far. Maybe some of you already have your dream job. Some of you are comfortable where you are. Some of you are already successful. But you're doing this to prove yourself something and to prove to the people around you and to serve as a role model. to your sons and daughters or your brothers and sisters that you can accomplish something. That look to your daughter or your son and say, yes, I worked full time and I was a single parent. And yes, we lost a home or a family member or we went through a divorce, but I was still able to graduate from college. So when those kids grow up, they look at you and say, if my mom did it, if my dad did it, I can do it too. And today is that day. You're looking around and I see a lot of kids. You're doing it for them because they're looking up to you. Not only are you the next generation of our workforce in Nevada, I think the baby agrees with me, but also your kids are going to be looking to you for leadership to achieve their dreams. So remember that today is not just about you. Today is about the family members who helped you get to where you are. At the end of the day, y'all, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. For me, my family is everything. No matter how many titles I've had in my life or how many successes, you know what the best part of my day is? When I get to go pick up my mom and we go have lunch. Or when I go to the gym with my dad and I just get to spend time with my brothers and sisters. But I know that I had to work to get to that point where I was comfortable enough to be able to take a day off and spend time with my family. Today is your time with your family. Today you celebrate, and tomorrow you continue achieving that American dream. Because achieving that American dream is not just about having a house and a car. It's about saying that you graduated from college. And today, to every single one of you, you have achieved the American dream. Thank you, everybody. God bless you, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Congressman Kuhn, for those inspiring remarks. And now we have the privilege of hearing from 4 graduates. They are Carrie Brown, Master of Science in Management and Leadership; Logan McDaniel, Bachelor of Science in Business Management; Samantha Brady, Master of Science in Curriculum and Instruction; and Kay Swanger, MBA in Healthcare Management. Please join me in welcoming first to the podium, Carrie.
Pija awamua, haumu, nu Carrie Brown, minanya, nu namudawe, odinowe, inobi kuyui tukara. If you are unversed in Northern Paiute, please allow me to translate. Good morning, how are all of you? My name is Carrie Brown. I'm from the Reno Sparks Indian Colony, and my home is at Pyramid Lake. I was born and raised to Brenda Brown, a single mother and member of the Reno Sparks Indian Colony. I graduated from Sparks High School with top honors, 3rd in my class, and at the top 5% of Nevada's high school graduates. I graduated from Truckee Meadows Community College 2 years later, and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas 2 years after that. I got married, got divorced. I fought cancer, and I won twice. But for 10 years, I was lost. To give you a little more detail, when I was 17, I graduated from high school and I was kicked out of my commencement ceremony for having a beaded mortar board and an eagle feather, very similar to the one that I'm wearing today. Being removed from my high school graduation made me feel like no matter how hard I worked or how decorated I was as a student, I was never going to be good enough or tolerated by the educational system. This will be my 3rd graduation since then. I always feel slightly paranoid now when I graduate. I feel like I don't belong. However, my WGU degree and commencement is different. I fought with it, I struggled with it, and I wanted to give up several times. But it's mine, I earned it, and what's more, I feel like I do belong. Going back to the event of my high school graduation, it taught me 2 salient lessons that have played reoccurring themes in my life. The first lesson is that I am far more likely to regret the things that I didn't do versus the things that I did. I have never once looked back and regretted any decision to be true to myself, even at the cost of a rite of passage, like my high school graduation. Like me, I don't think any of you will ever regret having continued your education at WGU. The second lesson I learned was that I thought I was always going to have to make a choice between quenching my thirst for education and embracing my culture. I thought that unless I went to a tribal school, those two constructs are mutually exclusive and cannot coexist. In the years following my high school graduation, in many ways, I denounced who I was, and I chased after formal education. I stopped speaking my language, I stopped beating, I stopped making and wearing regalia, I stopped being me. Years later, to alleviate this dissonance within myself, I started working with tribes and moved back home. I was finally starting to feel comfortable in my culture again when I began studying with WGU. To be honest, I was scared. It was this fear that had kept me out of school for 10 years. To my surprise, the innovative design and class structure allowed me to incorporate tribal communities into my studies for the first time ever. For example, I was able to examine relevant healthcare legislation with new eyes and recognize how it can be applied to tribal healthcare centers to help tribes generate revenue and in turn provide more services to address healthcare disparities in Indian country. I was finally able to apply the things that I was learning in my degree program to tribal government, Indian healthcare, tribal enterprises, and human services. In essence, I was able to be myself, hold true to my native culture, while getting the quality education that I need and deserve. WGU is special because it encourages students to apply the competencies that they are learning to their real lives, wherever that life may be. WGU has reintroduced education to me and taught me that I don't need to fit a preconceived mold to be successful. I can make success to fit me. To be a Native American woman sometimes feels like a battle. For years, I've struggled to exist between dichotomies, being a warrior and a peacemaker, a wage earner and a nurturer, and an Indian and a scholar. But today is a different day. Today, in the presence of my family, my fellow graduates, and the amazing WGU faculty, today, I get to be both. Pija'o.
Good morning. 3 short years ago, obtaining an education was still just a dream. In the late 90s, I had begun pursuing a college education shortly after high school. But as we all know, life has a funny way of throwing us curveballs or getting in the way. My life changed significantly shortly after I turned 21, when my oldest son was born with a condition called hydrocephalus, more commonly known as water on the brain. Now, for all intents and purposes, this condition should have been fairly easy to manage. It should have been a matter of one major surgery at a day old to implant a shunt into his brain that would then drain that excess fluid, which should have been followed by occasional minor surgeries throughout his adolescence to lengthen that drainage tube. And it should have been a matter of exercising a little bit of extra caution regarding sports and head injuries. But it all unfortunately turned into much more than what should have been when little Larry contracted bacterial meningitis at 2 weeks old. So instead of what should have been, little Larry had a long, complicated fight for his life. Over the next several years, he endured months of hospitalizations, dozens of surgeries, including several brain surgeries, and he fought long and hard until just 2 weeks before his 9th birthday. So yes, life can certainly get in the way. With all that was happening with my son immediately following his birth, I had to drop out of school. And as much as I dreamt of returning, I just couldn't seem to find a viable solution. In the years between Larry's birth and his passing, my life had continued to be a whirlwind of change. I got divorced in 2001 and then met a wonderful woman, my current wife, in late 2003. I changed careers, climbed the corporate ladder as far as I could, changed careers again, and moved to 5 different states all within 5 years. And in November of 2008, my wife and I welcomed our son, William, into the world, followed just a few short years later by his sister, Lily. So where was I supposed to find time to go to school? The excuses were readily available. I was getting to be too old, at 32, mind you. I was too busy juggling work and family. I couldn't afford it. It would take too long. I wanted a good education, not something from a diploma mill. So obviously online education was out, or so I thought. All of these excuses were simply me getting in my own way, preventing myself from reaching my goals. Then in mid-2014, I was presented with a very matter-of-fact scenario by my boss at the time. I was told in no uncertain terms that I had reached as far as I was going to go within my organization without obtaining at least a bachelor's degree. This was my wake-up moment. I had prided myself on how far I had made it in my company in a relatively short amount of time, but now there was nowhere left to go on that path. It was that very same night when I started recognizing my excuses for exactly what they were, and I began researching options. I was still very wary of online education. I had heard too many negative stories, and I felt that there was a stigma with an online education that made it not worth it. But at the same time, going back to a brick and mortar school was out of the question. I had a wife, we had 2 little people, and at the time I had 2 jobs, so I kept looking. It wasn't long before I stumbled upon WGU's website, and the more that I read, the more I began entertaining the idea that this might just work. WGU was regionally accredited. They had long 6-month terms and affordable tuition, and they had this very exciting competency-based education model. As I opened my mind to the possibility that this might be the school for me, I asked around amongst my peers and leaders throughout my organization, and I was astounded to learn that not only had they actually heard of WGU, unlike some of the other schools I had looked at, they were highly thought of, and several of those members of my peers were either students or alumni themselves. I officially began my journey with WGU on October 1st of 2014 as a student in the Bachelor's of Business Management program, and I completed my degree 17 months later in May of 2016. I can honestly say it was one of the proudest moments of my life. WGU had given me the tools to accomplish a goal that I had so desperately wanted, but that I had convinced myself that I would never reach. On January 1st of this year, I began the MBA IT Management program, and I am proud to say that I am accepting that degree today as well. Thank you. An online education through Western Governors University isn't easy. It takes a lot of work. It takes dedication. It takes the ability to focus yourself, manage your time, and kick yourself in the rear when you're losing sight of the light at the end of the tunnel. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and in my opinion, it is one of the most rewarding accomplishments we can challenge ourselves with. Lastly, it also takes the full support of those around you. I want to thank those people who helped me along the way. My beautiful wife, Sarah, and our incredible babies, William and Lily, who have endured many hours of being kicked out of various rooms in the house while I studied or took a proctored exam. My wonderful mother-in-law, Tammy, who I truly couldn't have done this without. Deanna, my friend and former boss, who was the one to give me that matter-of-fact push when I really needed it. Russ, my friend and mentor, who has supported me wholeheartedly through my journey. My student mentors, Amy Stiers, who guided me through my bachelor's degree, and Michelle Maddox, my MBA mentor, who I am also privileged enough to call a friend. And lastly, my amazing mother, Kathleen McDaniel, who instilled her love of education in me at an early age. While I unfortunately lost her shortly before I was able to complete my bachelor's degree, the knowledge that she would have been one of the proudest mothers sitting in that crowd pushes me to continue to chase that love of learning. Thank you.
Good morning. Normally, I'm used to speaking to a room full of 10-year-olds, so forgive me. This time of year is so exciting. Kids are getting out of school for summer, graduations are coming up, and teachers like me are thankfully getting ready for summer break. The beginning of summer opens up so many possibilities. Sometimes it feels like you can do anything. But this time, 13 years ago, standing at the precipice of adulthood, I have to say that I didn't have that special summer feeling. I should have graduated high school in 2004. Unfortunately, I decided to drop out of high school in the middle of my senior year. I had just turned 18 and I thought I knew what was good for me. My parents tried to talk some sense into me, but I was an adult. I was sure that I was making the right decision. And fast forward 2 years, and I had just given birth to my first son. And as a single parent with only a GED, I wouldn't have been able to support my child unless I had the help of my parents. I worked a series of dead-end jobs and truly felt like my life was going nowhere. 2 years later, I married my husband, who had just joined the Navy as a hospital corpsman, and we quickly had another son. With 2 kids at home, I settled nicely into the stay-at-home parent role. We lived the average military lifestyle. I stayed home, my husband deployed, and we moved a few times. And finally, I just decided that I was ready to do something else with my life. Unfortunately, I really just didn't know what I wanted to do. And after half-hearted research, I settled on WGU in 2010 and my sights on ABA into interdisciplinary studies and a career in the classroom. And back then, if someone asked why I chose teaching, I would have told them that it's a portable career, which is important for a military spouse. And you get summers and holidays off, and who doesn't like that? You play with kids all day. And the bottom line was that I definitely wasn't going back to school just for the reward of teaching children. My husband was honorably discharged from the Navy in 2012, and shortly after, we had our third boy. I was about halfway done with my bachelor's degree, and I found myself faced with the responsibility of being the single breadwinner for a family of 5. The last 2 years of completing my degree, I worked full-time and managed to have another baby, a girl, finally. That puts us up to 4 children if you've been counting. In November of 2014, I received my bachelor's degree, and immediately I was able to secure a teaching position here in Las Vegas, and was unfortunately unable to attend my graduation ceremony. 6 months later, I returned to WGU to pursue my master's degree in curriculum and instruction, and now here we are. I have been in college continuously for 7 years. That is a lot of task stream stalking. Once I was in the classroom, I quickly realized that teaching wasn't just summers off and playing with kids all day. Teaching is exhausting and sometimes very defeating. You care about your students so much more than you ever realize. They're your kids in your classroom, and they will always be your kids even after you leave. Every day, I acknowledge that my students will someday grow up to be lawyers, doctors, electricians, or maybe even teachers like me. I listen to their problems, I give them advice, and sometimes I'm the only person in their lives that gives them a stable environment or something to eat that day. I may not have decided to become a teacher for the right reasons, but I now know that teaching is what I was meant to do. 13 years later, this high school dropout is finally participating in her first graduation ceremony with a Master of Science in Curriculum and Instruction degree. Thank you. Truthfully, I never thought that I would be here, and I wouldn't be without the support of my husband, who pushed me to just get it done, Sam, and my parents, who supported me even though I made ridiculous decisions that weren't the best thing for me. My 4 children, who were totally content to live on chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese because mommy was so busy, and my sisters, who have told me how proud they are of my accomplishments, which has helped to keep me going. In conclusion, I know that my story isn't more special or more exciting than anyone else's. In fact, knowing the demographics of students that attend WGU, I imagine that some of your stories are very similar to my own. Anyone could have come up here to share their journey with WGU, and that's what I think is so motivating. I am a normal, everyday person, just like most of you, and WGU gave me the tools that I needed for a career, for a life, and for that, I will be forever grateful. But I also know that WGU has given all of you these same tools. WGU has helped us find our determination to pursue a dream, an idea, or a degree. Determination to provide for our families and show our children and our loved ones that with hard work, we can accomplish whatever we set our minds to. Don't ever lose that determination, because you never know who is watching you succeed and thinking to themselves that if you can do it, so can they. Thank you.
Hello, family, friends, distinguished guests, and fellow graduates. I do have to say, Rancho High School is well represented on this stage, class of '79. I'm honored to share how I have become better through education and how I'm inspiring others to do the same. I've been an IT professional for more than 3 decades. Recently, I celebrated my 15th year in healthcare IT and my 9th year as a Chief Information Officer for the Far West Division of Healthcare Corporation of America, one of the nation's leading providers in healthcare services. I also celebrated another significant milestone. Through the unwavering support of my student mentor, Michelle Maddox, I finally passed global economics. And then I went on to earn my master's degree in business administration, healthcare management from WGU, Nevada. The day after Christmas of last year, I received that awesome email letting me know that my final capstone paper had been graded and accepted. I actually printed it, I framed it, I hung it on the wall. Until the real diploma arrived a few weeks later. And even though I have this master's degree, I will admit to all of you that I watched the YouTube video 5 times to figure out how to wear this beautiful tan-colored hood. Well, after submitting that final paper, the feeling of accomplishment was over the top. And it's a feeling that I wanted to help others experience. Deciding to become better through education and committing to focus on an advanced degree was not an easy decision for me. I had earned my bachelor's degree in 1983, and I did not enroll in WGU until 2012. For any of you counting, that's 29 years. It's important to note that at that time, I didn't see the importance of going back to school until I realized the impact my example would have on those around me. When returning to my studies, I found many ways to share my educational journey with others, including many members of my team at work, like Diana. She started her bachelor's degree at about the same time I enrolled at WGU. Through our conversations, we learned how to master a particular subject. She graduated in 2015, and every time we see each other, we reminisce about the homework. She never fails to mention how valuable it was for us to connect, encourage each other, and for her to graduate. I can tell it was an over-the-top feeling experience for her. Diana has recently been promoted into a new position on our team, and she was also accepted into a management training program at HCA. For sure, Diana has become better through education. Alan was in a WGU master's program at the same time as me. We encouraged each other in setting priorities and balancing work with family and life. I ended up taking an unforeseen extended term break. However, Alan stuck with it, and he finished his degree a year before me. He demonstrates a newfound knowledge and skill in his work that I had not seen in him before. He exudes a level of confidence that comes with knowing you've got an advanced degree and you've extended yourself and bettered yourself through education. David is very close to finishing his advanced degree in security. At lunch meetings, he and I talk about how hard it is some days to focus and really get your coursework done. Yet after it's all over, how that feeling of accomplishment is over the top. David was selected from a group of over 100 people at our work to be an inaugural member of a special technical leadership training program. By learning new communication skills and leadership skills and adopting new behaviors, David has made a difference in his life, a very positive one, and become better through education. And then there's Kevin and Megan. Both have recently started their master's programs at WGU. I find great satisfaction in offering words of encouragement as they work through Dr. Linda Gunn's Joint Commission Patient Tracer exercise. They will complete their program this year, and I look forward to being a member of the audience at their graduation ceremony. Megan has demonstrated newfound organizational and leadership skills, and she's honed and perfected those as she's completed courses at WGU. Kevin is sought after by others to lead important projects for our team. He's leveraging skills he's learning through WGU courses. So I mentioned 29 years between graduating with a bachelor's degree and enrolling at WGU. I also mentioned an unexpected term break, which ended up extending my degree program from 4 terms to 5 terms. So committing to and completing educational programs, it's not easy. There are trials and tribulations that all of us go through, lots of ups and downs. We all experience those challenges. I've experienced firsthand how education positively changes lives and improves the world. I know I'm a better leader and I'm a better mentor. And one more note, I'm not the 65-year-old graduate, but I did earn my degree at the age of 55. And trust me, that is an over-the-top feeling unlike any other. With WGU degree in hand, we all enter or continue our work in a world full of promise, infinite possibility, and continuous change. I know that becoming better through education will be a key component to all of our success. What an incredible over-the-top feeling it has been to address you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie, Logan, Samantha, and Kay, for sharing your stories and inspiring us by your perseverance and resolve. Walking across this stage today, getting to this point, and we've just heard from these 4 fine speakers, involves the sacrifice and support of countless people, undeterred in the face of hardship, coming together, unified by a single quality, and that quality is love. All of you involved in this journey, culminating in this moment today, have risen to heroic heights out of love for one another. And now, with that thought in mind, let's straighten our caps, check our hair, adjust our robes, and get down to business. It is my honor to commence with the conferral of degrees. Would the master's candidates please rise? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree you have earned, to include the Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, or Master of Science, with all of the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations and welcome to the community of the learned professionals. Please be seated for the moment and come forward row by row at the direction of the marshals to receive your degrees.
Kay Swanger, MBA Healthcare Management. Samantha Brady, Master of Science, Curriculum and Instruction. Carrie Brown, Master of Science, Management and Leadership. Logan McDaniel, MBA IT Management and Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Rosie Acosta, Master of Arts, English Language Learning. Ashley Liskey, Master of Arts, English Language Learning. Tracy Cole Haley, Master of Arts, Mathematics Education. Allison Morris, Master of Arts, Science Education. Nicole Tracy, Master of Arts in Teaching, Elementary Education. Jessica Lee, Master of Arts in Teaching, Social Science. Janice Porter Moffitt, Master of Arts in Teaching, Social Science. Meredith White, Master of Education, Learning and Technology. Lynette Adkins, Master of Science, Curriculum and Instruction. Courtney Floth, Master of Science, Curriculum and Instruction. Diana Zarate Schmidt, Master of Science, Curriculum and Instruction. Raquel Germack, Master of Science, Educational Leadership. Aubrey Boozley, Master of Business Administration. Joel Bosley, Master of Business Administration. Ann Beck, Master of Business Administration. Kayleen Fogelman, Master of Business Administration. Gregory Browerby, Master of Business Administration. Erica De Silva, Master of Business Administration. Maureen Hamilton, Master of Business Administration. David Hebner, Master of Business Administration. Rebecca Johnson, Master of Business Administration. Alexandru Kovacs, Master of Business Administration. Christopher McElhone, Master of Business Administration. John Nichols, Master of Business Administration. Alina Poliuk, Master of Business Administration. Frank Hatcher, MBA IT Management. Timothy Pruney, MBA IT Management. Tyler Eison, MBA Management and Strategy. Andrew Hare, Master of Science, Accounting. Alan Meyer, Master of Science, Accounting. Richard Yaw, Master of Science, Integrated Healthcare Management, and Bachelor of Science, Health Informatics. Diana Hernandez, Master of Science, Management and Leadership. Scott Cunningham, Master of Science, Management and Leadership. Stephen Pedroza, Master of Science, Management and Leadership. Jonabel Abangan, MBA Healthcare Management. Elizabeth Cabeda, MBA Healthcare Management. Casey Camacho, MBA Healthcare Management. Marla Gabriella Gregory, MBA Healthcare Management. Taylor Koki, MBA Healthcare Management. Renee McHouston, MBA Healthcare Management. Mary Eleanor Schuster, MBA Healthcare Management. Nicole Artam, Bachelor of Science, Nursing Education. Christina Bankert, Master of Science, Nursing Education. Teresa Cartmel, Master of Science, Nursing Education. Tracy Johnson Glover, Master of Science, Nursing Education. Demarsha Hull, Master of Science, Nursing Education. Janelle Marquez, Master of Science, Nursing Education. Jessica D'Ambrosio, Master of Science, Nursing Leadership and Management. Heather Gilliland, Master of Science, Nursing Leadership and Management. Melody Medina, Master of Science, Nursing Leadership and Management. Bernadette Peters, Master of Science, Nursing Leadership and Management. Brandy Wood, Master of Science, Nursing Leadership and Management. Carrie Wright, Master of Science, Nursing Leadership and Management. Colin Montenegro, Master of Science, Cybersecurity and Information Assurance. Jimmy Lau, Master of Science in Nursing, Leadership and Management. Michael Johnson, Master of Science, Information Security and Assurance. Richard McKee, Master of Science, Information Security and Assurance. Raymond Gachachalan, Master of Business Administration.
Congratulations. Now, would the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree you have earned, to include the Bachelor of Arts or the Bachelor of Science, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. You may now move the tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. Congratulations on this important milestone. Please be seated and come forward row by row to receive your degrees and be recognized individually.
Luella Dougherty, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Nicole Gaxiola, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Haley Lacombe, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Brenda Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Cassidy Van Vorst, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Shaylin Wright, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Samantha Zam, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Matthew Kranz, Bachelor of Arts, Mathematics Education. Aaron Coleman, Bachelor of Arts, Special Education. Nicole Esposito, Bachelor of Arts, Special Education. Tamara Niemeyer, Bachelor of Arts, Special Education. Liesl Morris, Bachelor of Arts, Special Education. Melissa Carr, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Dominique Mecanico, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Brooke Moffitt, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Lincoln Palmer, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Colleen Wall, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Casey Smith, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies. Katerine Alvarenga, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Donovan Bates, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. David Barukowitz, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Jeremy Katem, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Karen George, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Deborah Harris, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Lisa Harvey, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Elizabeth Kanoa, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Natasha Koch, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Marina Lazendich, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Thomas Marska, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Danielle Pritchett, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Adrian Roberts Larson, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Tylon Turner, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Macy Yang, Bachelor of Science, Business Healthcare Management. Patricia Dodd, Bachelor of Science, Business Information Technology Management. Jason Anthony Quiblot, Bachelor of Science, Business Information Technology Management. Maiko Abe, Bachelor of Science, Marketing Management. Deborah Needhamrip, Bachelor of Science, Marketing Management. Jeremy Myers, Bachelor of Science, Sales and Sales Management. Annabelle Venegas, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Carol Cheney, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Julia Del Vecchio, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Jody Dominic, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Elizabeth Fries, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Jessica Harbour, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Rebecca Hudson, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Mark Guinan, Bachelor of Science, Health Informatics. Angela Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Anna Manzo, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Heather Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Adriana Ortiz, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Christine Wahine Ko'o Kai, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Amber Williams, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Jennifer Wright, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Danielle Wright, Bachelor of Science, Data Management and Data Analytics. Donna Pesky, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Justin Price, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Eric Collins, Bachelor of Science, IT, Network Administration emphasis. Mark Lawrence Tudela, Bachelor of Science, IT, Security emphasis. Ronnie Walden, Bachelor of Science, IT, Security emphasis. David Marshall, Bachelor of Science, Business Management. Alex Conway, Bachelor of Science, Business Management.
Well, congratulations. It's now my privilege to provide some brief concluding remarks, but first, let's take a minute to celebrate in true WGU Nevada fashion with a selfie. So this is an opportunity for all of us to take a selfie. So I'm going to invite Congressman Kewen up here. Absolutely. Let's get your phones out. Let's take about 20 seconds. Let's do selfies. And remember, hashtag WGUNV17. So we're going to show you how to do this. Let's get one here, Congressman. Awesome. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Right. All right. Thank you. Well done, everyone. You look marvelous. You look marvelous. Now that you're official, with degrees in hand and tassels on the left side, appropriately documented on Facebook, Instagram, and the 13 other social media platforms that were designed earlier today before this ceremony even started, I would like to remind our graduates, guests, and faculty that immediately following the conclusion of the ceremony, a graduation reception will be held for you in Symphony Park, located outside. Simply follow the signs as you exit the theater, so please join us for some light refreshments and a bit of merriment. The WGU faculty and staff are very proud of you, and we welcome you into our community of alumni, now over 82,000 strong nationwide, including 1,500 right here in Nevada. As we end our ceremony, may I share with you one thought. It's a compliment, really, that's come as I've gotten to know many of you. James Truslow Adams, the historian who coined the term American Dream, the dream that Representative Kewen mentioned, wrote that everyone should have two educations, one to, quote, teach us how to make a living, and the other how to live, end quote. In terms of the first education, the how to make a living, the university has played its part. You, working with your faculty and classmates, have been the recipient of this type of education. But in terms of the latter type of education, the how to live, the roles perhaps unsuspectingly have been reversed. You have become the educator, teaching all those around you about the other and, admittedly, more important type of education, the how to live. Through your indomitable resolve, in the face of life's heartaches, trials, and successes, you have taught others, particularly those in the rising generation, that we, in the words of Winston Churchill, quote, never give in, never, 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 in nothing great or small, large or petty, never give in, end quote. How to live through your example means we sacrifice for high ideals. It means that there are truths in this life worthy of our loyalty. Your teaching will continue to have a profound generational effect on the culture within your families, communities, and organizations, because you've instilled a sense of purpose in those around you. I have no doubt that your teaching of how to live will continue to take on a life of its own with your family, friends, co-workers, and all those who know you. Never underestimate the power of your example. Continue to teach others how to live, for you have done it so well. As the newest members of the WGU alumni family, be willing to pass on to others outside of the virtual walls of WGU the lessons that you've learned here. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you. And let the recessional begin.